I'm back. Woo! Yesterday, that was quite intense. Maybe not as intense as you were expecting based on what I premised the video with. Sorry for the colorful language, but I'm a colorful guy. So, look at all this. You got this in your car? Lots of syringes, lots of stuff to do injections. It's like a real fun goodie bag. What I don't have, and I didn't mention yesterday, let me just start off by telling you this. I know my ADD is crazy, right? Like I'm going to talk about this, then I jump back. Sorry, it's just the way I am. Reporting live from Southern California, where it's raining, this is the update. All right. I thought I had the coronavirus this morning. I'm not making light of it, but I want to tell you something. For about 10 years or more during flu season, ever since I had really scary experiences with the flu, and those of you who are compromised or have maybe felt the same experience, maybe you have kidney disease, maybe you are in similar illness circumstances or immune compromised or had a transplant of some sort. The flu season, when you get that slight fever, glands start getting swollen, is this a fluctuation of our illness? Because that happens. I wake up feeling like shit all the time because of my chronic health issues. But when you have all this panic of flu, we get a little different anxiety about it. I know I do. I fully admit it. It's not without precedence, though. It's real. It's not delusional anxiety. It's actual based in my experience. So when people are freaking out that are healthy about this pandemic and making jokes about, oh, I thought I had it. When I start to have swollen glands last night and my throat's a little bit sore, and my eyes are burning. Now my eyes burn because I have Sjogren's, and that's an autoimmune condition where my tear ducts sometimes don't work. And when I take my glasses off or my contacts, and I haven't been wearing them a while, I get introduced to allergens that are protected from my eyes sometimes with my contacts. It's kind of odd, but when I take them out, my eyes have to get used to the air again, and sometimes they get red and burny. And that's not a Bernie Sanders reference, and that's a terrible joke, so forget about that. But it's in the context of what's going on. I'm not making giant leaps when I wake up and I'm like, okay, is this it? Was it the guy that coughed on me yesterday, or was it when I went to the doctor? Who knows? When I mistakenly did this or something on my face? I don't fucking know. But I feel good now. It was just me as far as I know. And I couldn't get tested even if I wanted to. My friend in Italy, we were talking today, she's like, well, go get tested. I'm like, nah, you can't. That's America, baby. We don't got that shit that you have in other places. Now, meaning the testing services. But I don't have corona, I don't think, unless it's, the first few days. But it got me a little worried, and I'm just being honest with you. This happens with chronic illness, and it happened to me. I'll give you an example of dengue fever. I went to Brazil in 2014 during dengue season. More cases of dengue fever are in the country of Brazil than any other country by a long, long shot. It's part of the society. They live with it. Now, healthy, robust people die of dengue fever. Infrequently, but it happens. I think I've had dengue in the past when I was traveling in Thailand, so I already had it once. The more times you have it, the more susceptible you are to dying each time. It's just the way it works. There's 4 serotypes. It's a viral thing passed on by the mosquito. So I went regardless, but when I was in an area where it was very endemic at the time, in Santa Teresa, which is this hillside part of Rio de Janeiro, beautiful area, but my Israeli host, who was amazing, was feeding the birds with standing water all the time. So guess what? I got eaten alive by mosquitoes. And also I got a heavy fever while I was there. So when I wake up, am I crazy and I'm a hypochondriac? Because I was like, oh fuck, well, I came here knowing my doctor before I left from South Africa, and he said, Mateos, you have 50% more of chance you'll die for sure with your platelet count and your conditions if you get dengue. But I think you should go because you lost your girlfriend, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got any plants, you don't even have any pets. Go for it. Live your life. If you die, you die. And so I went. I wasn't 40. I didn't think I'd make 40. I was 39 and a half or so. I made 40. Next week, 45. So, that said, I went. So I'm not a scaredy cat. But I do take into account my experience and the area I'm in. So if I'm in a condensed environment of a lot of dengue or something else, and I get a fever, I'm being prudent to check it out. Now am I a little bit on the neurotic scale compared to everyone? I'm not Larry David over here on the right. I'm about just right of center. That's not my politics. That is my neuroticism. I'm half Jew, 51% actually Ashkenazi by 23andMe. So come on, it's built into my DNA. But so is resilience, and so is a lot of other positive qualities. Little known fact, Ashkenazis live a long time as well. My grandmother, Pearl, who escaped what is now Belarus as a Jew back in the day, and my grandmother, great-grandmother Pearl, lived to 102 or 3. So we're resilient. That said, I don't have corona. But let's go back into the fact of I need alcohol wipes. I need to use 1 or 2 of these, I'm supposed to wipe my belly. Remember, I don't shower every day. I don't have the opportunity. I can dump in the dirty ocean and take an ice cold shower here. It's pouring out right now. I'll still go do it if I have to, but I'll wipe my stomach down, and I'm gonna use the same wipe to wipe in the injection because I have to portion these out. Because everyone in the US has hoarded all this bullshit stuff away from people who need it for medical conditions. So people spread the word, share supplies. You don't need a million masks or all these alcohol swabs to wipe down your phone. Find some other way. You can wash your hands for 20 seconds because you live in a house. I have to use the wipes to wipe down my car, to clean things, to be hygienic for my treatment. Got it? Capiche? You figure this out? You see how we're being ridiculous here? How we're panicking instead of preparing? How if we just think about community and those that are around us, it'll feel better for everyone. I promise you, if you have an extra package or you can find on Amazon some alcohol wipes and you send them to a person like me and it costs you $5, it'll make my month or 2 because I will have the ability to do hygienic injections. If you have somebody that you know that needs them for life or death injections, send them to them first. Forget about me, please. My whole thing is I'm going to talk about my circumstances, but there's gradations of need. And I'm doing okay, all things considered. Would it be helpful to have some help? Of course. But I'll be posting more about that later where you can plug in and you can help me if you want to. And you can help me in the sense that I'm going to help and pass on, which I already have, those who are in greater need. So in a sense, by helping me, you're helping other people. That sounds like a cheesy sales pitch. It's not. It's just the fucking truth. And if you don't get me by now and know that I'm going to be honest to a fault, then politely, bye-bye. But those who get me, those who like to see this stuff, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment. I had a friend, I told her, she wrote me a nice comment via WhatsApp after watching a video, and I said, I'll be full disclosure, I said, hey, you don't have to change anything. I just appreciate if you make a comment, the same thing on the video, because that will help me. And she went ahead and did it. And it was nice. That's about as much self-promotion as I can stomach for myself. I'm trying to do this from an authentic standpoint, from a passionate place to help people. And that is real. Is it real? Or am I just doing this for fun? What's more likely? Yeah, I don't know. You figure it out. All right. Thank you. If you have any questions about how we're doing this out here, when I say we, the people who don't have access, if you can write and you live in LA County or places and you can say, how do we set up portable wash stations? How do we hand out flyers? How do we get information boards to those who are in the minority communities about information on public health so that they're protected, but on a selfish standpoint, it protects you. So you can cordon yourselves off, not you guys, but other people, from those who I experience that people are looking down upon some people and whatnot. And that's the hardest part for me, is this, to be in the experience of those who are just looked down upon. And again, I've always said this, I have a tremendous amount of luck and good fortune that I am able to present myself less in the characterization of those who are in the more extreme circumstances. And I'm acutely aware of this, but I'm an empath, and I am feeling it from my friends on the beach who are trying to turn their lives around, but are being treated like dirt, and they're not given the resources and help. And these aren't people that won't help themselves if they are given belief in them. If you can find someone that you can just believe in and help them, they will be given the tools and just that belief. Maybe they never had a family or a parent or someone that believed in them, so they don't have that imprinting. It goes a long way. Trust me, even if you're estranged from family that gave you this imprinting, you still have it in you, even though they're not able to give you resources now. I know people in those circumstances. You still have that gift. A lot of people weren't given that gift. They just need belief. They need somebody that tells them they can do it, and that they have that they're a good person, and that they can, even the mistakes they've made in the past, we can help you overcome that. So I always tell you, one person. If you have the ability to help more, do it. But just one, and I guarantee you're going to feel so much better, and your immune system's going to boost. Your general vitality will get better. And it's just going to make everything better in the world. And I know I come off like some overly positive goofball, but I told a friend, I was just saying to a friend, the alternative of positivity is not worth it. Negativity. And I don't have room for it. I've been there, but I can't let myself go there. So I refuse to not be optimistic about the circumstances, regardless of how dire they seem at times. All right? So I hope you can be optimistic too. Sending you much love. Thank you for watching. Pass this along. I don't know. How do I self-promote? How do I get more than 91 followers? If you can get me 9 more fucking followers. Not fucking followers, just 9 followers. Great people. I get 100. I can put a URL next to my YouTube and send that to people. So, I know, it's small potatoes. I'm gonna be someone that has more followers soon, and I'm gonna be able to get my message out. But I don't care if there's one of you that this resonates with, and it helps. I really don't. I would like more, but I don't care. All right. And I had to end it with an I'm working on it, all right?